What's going on, y'all? Yeah, the subject I'm gonna talk about right now is about cops and how they're so quick to shoot somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I've only been stopped by law enforcement like 4 or 5 times in the last few months, you know what I mean? Usually it's all the time. And I remember like a while, you know what I mean? Like years ago when I lived downtown, you know what I mean? Downtown Sacramento is bad, you know what I mean? They will harass you, they will fuck with you every day for no reason. They want to make you feel like you're not a human being, you know what I mean? But the last 2 times I was stopped by the cops, they pulled their guns on me and I was fast asleep. When I woke up, they had their guns out and they're like, don't make any sudden movements. And they were quick to try to shoot me, you know what I mean? Even though they didn't, I'm still here, I'm breathing, you know what I mean? But they were quick to try, you know, they wanted a reason to. The first time they did that, I was in this business parking lot and all of a sudden a flashlight was on me. So I go to open the door, I'm half asleep, I'm waking up from it because they're, you know, knocking on the window and everything. I open the door, you know what I mean? And he's like, where's your ID? You got an ID? Because he wanted to run my name. I went to my glove department to get the wallet. I was like, it's in the glove department. He's like, go ahead, get it. So when I went to get my wallet, right? He's like, don't move, put your hands up. You know, so I put my hands up. He's like, don't be reaching like that. Like, reaching, bro. I opened the glove box and I was reaching for my wallet. And I pointed. I'm like, hey, the glove department's open. Look, that's my wallet right there. And then he puts his gun away. He puts it back in his, you know, in his thing. And then he's like, all right, grab it. So I give it to him. And then he's like, he runs my name and he's like, all right, till next time. And he gives me a little evil laugh and he takes off. And that shit got to me, I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of mad, you know what I'm saying? I was pretty mad because I'm not out here being a criminal, you know. I'm not committing no crimes. I'm not trying to get locked up. Fuck all that shit, you know what I mean? And so that got to me, you know what I mean? That got to me. The second time, I was sleeping near these apartments and I got woken up. All of a sudden a flashlight was on me and they said, surprise, police department. So I'm getting up, you know what I mean? I'm really tired. I'm out of it because I didn't get much sleep, right? So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm still laying there, but I roll over, you know what I mean? Some bottles by my foot. So, you know, I'm making a little movement. He pulls his gun out and he's like, keep your hands where I can see him. And he starts yelling at me. And I just felt really disrespected. I felt like my rights were being violated, you know what I mean? And I was just so damn tired, you know what I mean? And he yelled at me and he had his gun out, you know. He didn't have it pointed at me, but he had it, you know, he pulled it up, you know, pulled it out of his little holster thing, you know what I mean, his belt, off his belt. And, you know, he was getting ready to shoot me. I'm fast asleep. And all of a sudden a flashlight's on me and, you know, they're like, surprise, police department. So I move my hands a little bit. I'm still not even coherent, you know what I mean? I'm lost in my dreams that I don't even remember, and I'm about to get shot. So I want everybody to, you know, whoever watches this, to please be aware of what the fuck they do and fight against police brutality and discrimination, because a lot of it is going on and they feel like homeless people shouldn't be on this earth. I'm not saying all cops are like that, but a lot of them are, you know. They're out here messing with homeless people. They're not out here messing with people that are driving nice-ass rides, that have money. They're messing with people that are struggling. They're messing with people that are already down on their luck. They're giving them citations. They're harassing them on a daily basis, you know. That's what's going on. You know, my life was almost ended 2 times in the last couple months. For sleeping outside, for being homeless, for sleeping in my car, and then for sleeping outside, you know, near an apartment complex. So, you know, I'm all for fighting against this shit. And if I could, I would literally go protest with a bunch of people, you know what I mean? And I would march with a sign because I don't like what's going on in society. And I just hope everybody can, you know, hear where I'm coming from. And I can motivate you, you know, because we don't have to take this and we don't have to stand for it. Know your rights, you know, get on the internet and look up everything you can to know what they can and cannot do, you know, because there's a lot they cannot do. And I'm still, you know, I still get on the web and, You know, I read this law book when I was in prison because they locked me up for discrimination. So I'm reading this law book and I'm like, okay, I'm going to learn, you know, what they can and cannot do. And I already knew that they couldn't search you if you're not on probation or parole or anything. But, you know, a lot of times in the past, when I wasn't even on probation, you know, or parole, they used to try to do illegal searches on me, harass me, you know. When I lived downtown in that motel, you know, they were trying to make me feel like I wasn't meant to be there. And I didn't play their bullshit. I kept, you know, living my life, and I didn't move, you know. They were trying to scare me out, you know. And they try to scare the homeless out of town, you know what I mean? And that's just what goes on, y'all. Real talk. You know, someone else could be sleeping and a cop can pull his gun out and shoot him just for being homeless, sleeping outside, struggling, you know? I just hope people could fight against this shit because it's going too far and it's been going on too long. This guy I know named Daniel, he was like family. He was like family. I remember when he was in diapers, you know, he's a good dude. He was a spoiled brat when he was younger, but he grew up to be a good person, a good man. And he worked, he was doing good, he was a good person. And he was gunned down by San Bernardino Police Department. He was like my blood, you know. He was like my cousin. He was the only one that always called me up to make sure I was good, you know. Tell me he loved me, you know, like, love you, cousin. You know, we were real close. And I spent 3 months in jail over some bullshit, straight bullshit, okay? And I get out, and I get on Facebook, and I see Rip Daniel. You know, his sister is putting it up. And, I mean, she posted it up, and I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was reading. I was about to hit him up and everything. I was thinking about him a lot in there, you know? Like, I'm in there writing my book, and I'm mentioning him in my book because, you know, I'm thinking about memories, you know. And damn, that damn glass. I kicked it over there. I kept kicking it, like walking into it. Anyways, it really messed with me because I was in shock, you know what I mean? Like, real talk, him of all people I would never think would, like, just die like that, you know? Like, had a lot of friends, had a life, you know, and the cops shot him for no reason. They killed my cousin, you know? They killed my little cousin, and it could happen to anybody. I want people to be aware of all the stuff that's going on, you know? I've had the cops try to put me down so many times in life, you know? And I can't even talk to him on the phone. I can't even, you know, after all these years, we were supposed to meet up. He was going to come down from San Bernardino and come out, you know, to Sacramento, and we're going to hang out. I didn't see him since he was little, and we just talked over Facebook, talked on the phone and everything. And he got killed the day before I got released. The day before I got released, he was shot by the cops. And no, his mother is going to be very wealthy off that because what they did was, it was uncalled for. It was a bad call. And that's what happens in a lot of situations. So, you know, he was a good dude, y'all. And he didn't deserve to die. He was 21, 22 years old. He had a whole life ahead of him. The cops want to kill him. So, it can happen to anybody. All they're going to do is get paid leave, and they're going to be spending more time with their wife and their kids, and they're going to be talking shit about people like us, you know. Oh, those scumbags, ha 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 ha. You know, at least I got one of them. You know, they're evil. They're full of hate. A lot of these cops are, you know. And they want to target the poor. So yeah, I mean, it blew my mind getting out of jail and seeing that on Facebook. And I didn't really care for his mom too much and his sister because they never treated me like family, but me and him ended up having a bondage when he got older, you know what I mean? And you know, my mom was best friends with his mom for so many years, you know, but she deep down she had like a grudge against my mom. She was jealous of us for no apparent reason, just mad at the world. And her daughter, you know, she was real mean, you know, and she was always snappy. And I remember I got my first job at Country Club Mall in, you know, Sacramento, off Watt Avenue. My first job, I was 18, and they literally set me up, you know, like they had her, his mom's, you know, boyfriend at the time come after me. We get in a big fist fight. And we're both, you know, throwing blows back and forth, and then she jumps in, the mother, you know, I'm not going to say her name, but she jumps in and starts trying to hit me over the head with a lamp, and then her daughter comes up and starts, you know, hitting me with a broom and stuff, you know, and they were talking shit, you know, saying that, oh, you think you're all that because you have a job now and this and that, because they were trying to look for a job. So I get booted. I still go to work that same day. Then they start calling my job, you know, and, you know, they got me fired. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because nothing else, you know. And I heard through the grapevine, because my mom was talking to some people they know, that they were trying to, you know, sabotage my job. And, you know, I got fired like literally right after that happened, a couple days, you know, or laid off as you call it. So I don't really like them too much, but I love Daniel. He's a good dude. I got nothing but love for him, and I hope he's in a good place.